Hi, this is Dina for Splitcoaststampers. In this video, I want to give you several techniques for stamping onto die-cut shapes. The first method works best for solid dies like the one I'm using here, where you don't have an opening to see if your image is centered correctly. With the die, I'm going to cut a template out of a scrap of paper or cardstock, and I'll position that around the image and tape it into place. And then I can snug the die right into the opening, tape it down, and run it through my die cutting machine. And I'll have my image perfectly placed. Quite a few of the dies that coordinate with stamp sets are open in the center now, so those are pretty easy to position. With most of them, you can match up the inner edge with the outline of the stamp, and they'll cut with a small border around the image. So this is a really easy way to work if you're just doing single cuts. But if you're working on kits or a stack of cards, you might want to employ your stamp positioner. I have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'm just going to place my image sort of centrally and stamp it. I'm not worrying about it being straight. Then you'll cut a template out of a scrap of cardstock. This is the one that I cut in the previous method. And you can position it around the image and just keep it in place there with your magnets. And once you have your template there, you can insert a cut piece into the opening, and your stamp image will be perfectly centered every time. This is a great technique for mass production, especially if you like cutting all your pieces at once and then stamping them all at once. Some die sets will come threaded together, and if they're dies that you're going to use as a set, you might want to leave them together to use this way. Cut a template out of sturdy cardstock so you can use it more than once. Set that into your stamp positioner, and then this die set has a coordinating stamp set, so I'm going to take each stamp and center them one by one in the openings. And actually, if you want, you can close the lid down on each stamp one at a time as you get them into place, so you don't knock them off while you're doing the other ones. I just didn't think of that at this point. I tucked a piece of paper under the template to make sure that my stamps are in the right place. I stamped them, and it looks like a few of them need a tiny shift, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the ones that look a little bit off. When you've got them in place, go ahead and pop in the die cuts, and wouldn't you know, a sock went missing on my desk when I was getting everything ready. Isn't that just the way it is with laundry? I still do not understand that. So ink the stamps up, and you can stamp them all at once and then color them up to use on a card. There is one more positioning system out there, and those are an older style solid die with registration marks on the outside. These come with an identical clear plastic template that you'll use for positioning. So I'm going to take the template and put it over my stamped image just so my image is centered. And then I'm going to use a pen to fill in the circles on those two registration marks. And those marks coordinate with the cutting die. So I line that up so my circles fill the holes in the die. And then I'll tape the die into place and cut. And I've got a perfectly centered piece. I hope these techniques will be a good resource for you when you're die cutting, and I thank you so much for watching.